Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to solve absolute value inequality word problems. Alright, remember we learned this one in solving compound inequalities, right? Now example number 1. You need to drill a hole in a piece of metal for a machine shop project. The specifications indicate that the diameter of the hole should be at least 0.355 inches and at most 0.375 inches. Write an absolute value inequality that represents the acceptable diameters of the circle. Alright, so I'm gonna call diameter D, right? You know that at least, which means greater than or equal to 0.355, and at most, which means less than or equal to 0.375, right? Now, this one is the compound inequality. This is not the answer. The answer should be absolute value inequality, right? Now, step number 1. We're gonna find a midpoint. We're gonna find the average of the maximum and minimum, so it could be 0.375 at 0.355 divided by 2, right? It's gonna be 0.365. Now step number 2, you need to find the tolerance, which means the distance from the midpoint. Alright, so you're gonna take the maximum, subtract the midpoint right here. It's gonna be 0.010, right? Now step number 3, we're gonna write the absolute value inequality. This means the diameter can vary 0.010 from 0.365. So we have absolute value of D minus 0.365 less than or equal to 0.01. Now let's move on to example number 2. Example number 2 is exactly the same thing as example number 1. I'm going to leave this one for you to practice. So the answer should be absolute value of D minus 238,850 less than or equal to 13,150, right? Now let's move on to example number 3. A metal finishing company wants to finish an electrode with a gold coating. The gold coating should weigh 1.625 milligrams with tolerance 0.125 milligrams. An electrode without coating should weigh 8.125 milligrams with a tolerance of 0.25 milligrams. Write and solve an absolute value inequality that describes the acceptable weight for the electrode with the gold coating. Alright, step number 1, you need to find the total weight. You're gonna add this guy and this guy, right? It's gonna be 9.75. Now second step, you're gonna combine the tolerance 0.125 and 0.25. It's gonna be 0.375. Now you're gonna write the absolute value inequality. So I'm gonna let W be total weight, right? So I have absolute value of W minus 9.75 less than or equal to 0.375. Now we're gonna solve this absolute value inequality. It turns out to be 0.375 less than or equal to W minus 9.75 less than or equal to 0.375, right? We're gonna add 9.75 three times. So it's gonna be 9.375 less than or equal to W less than or equal to 10.125. This one is the final answer. Now let's move on to example number 4. The depth finder on a fishing boat gives readings that are within 5% of the actual water depth. When the depth finder reading is 250 feet, the actual water depth S lies within a range given by the inequality right here. Question A. Solve the inequality for S to determine the possible actual water depths if the depth finder's reading is 250 feet. Alright, so this guy is the same thing as negative 0.05 S less than equal to S minus 250 less than equal to 0.05 S, right? Now we're going to solve the left hand side first, right? So we're going to add 0.05 S both sides and add 250 both sides. It turns out to be 250 less than equal to 1.05 S, right? Divide both sides by 1.05. So S greater than equal to 250 divided by 1.05. S greater than equal to 238.095, right? Now we're going to solve the right hand side. Alright, so we're going to subtract 0.05 S both sides and add 250 both sides. It's going to be 0.95 S less than equal to 250, right? Divide both sides by 0.95, so S less than equal to 250 divided by 0.95. So S less than equal to 263.158, right? So your final answer should be. Now question B. Use the provided inequality as a symbol. Write an absolute value inequality to determine the actual water depth when the depth finder readings is 90 feet. Alright, so we know that absolute value of S minus reading always less than or equal to tolerance, which is 0.05 S, right? Alright, so we're going to substitute value. It's going to be absolute value of S minus 90 always less than equal to 0.05 S. This one is the final answer. Now let's move on to question C. What are the possible actual water depths if the depth water's reading is 90 feet? So basically, we just solved this absolute value inequality from question B, right? So this guy is the same thing as negative 0.05 S less than equal to S minus 90 less than equal to 0.05 S. Now we're going to solve the left hand side inequality right here, right? So we're going to subtract S both sides. It's going to be negative 1.05 S less than equal to negative 90, right? Divide both sides by negative 1.05. So it's going to be S greater than or equal to 90 divided by 1.05, right? So S greater than or equal to 85.714, right? Now we're going to solve the right inequality right here, right? So we're going to subtract 0.05 S both sides and add 90 both sides. It's going to be 0.95 S less than equal to 90, right? Divide both sides by 0.95, so S less than equal to 90 divided by 0.95. So S less than equal to 94.737, right? Now your final answer should be, and it's your time to solve. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand